Tonight on EA Sports, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, we culminate pivotal Week 14 with a great Monday night matchup between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in just in an absolute free-fall, losers of 7 in a row.
And this is where you turn to your best players and look at them and say, can you guide us out of this? We've got to be better than what we've shown.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Raiders, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
Three-quarters of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And trotting out there, a guy who's established himself as a veteran in this league, now in his 5th year at quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass. That's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent. And they had a...
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll go with Lindsey up the middle, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Shields. And hauled in by the tight end Miller. And to the 49-yard line, but no further. And obviously he is well short of the first. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, the big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
Here's the Raiders punter now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. So here are the Bucs backed up to start their initial drive. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers?
1 touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
Jedrick Wills, former first-round pick, guilty there.
The false start hurts him there a bit. Backs him up to 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Edwards. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Marsh. And that's good for a gain of 6. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun. Edwards. He finds his man. Complete. That's Grant.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Buccaneers at 5-7 now on the year. And they come in just an absolute free fall. Losers now, Charles, of 7 in a row.
And I think this is where, in a locker room, a lot of the team looks to their best players and even silently asks for them to guide them out of this. You know, we've got to be better than what we've shown. We need you to lead us.
Edwards on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. The numbers for him from a week ago: 9 catches, 85 yards, and a touchdown.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy the defenses had better focus on.
And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Edwards. And that's knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards.
And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. It'll be a sack and a loss of 3, but more importantly, it brings up 4th down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. it's a really difficult task.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. "36 yards on the punt with no return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense." With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC.
The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he'll push ahead for about 3 to the 36.
Here's Edwards on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, a lot of times when you get a manageable 3rd down situation like this, you have to think about your tight end, and he comes through for him, picking up the first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down to the 36-yard line here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now Edwards on first down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
To throw is Edwards. To throw on 2nd down.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. Able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Buccaneers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them.
Evan McPherson for the extra point.
He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field.
They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Looking to throw. Shields. Screen pass to Lindsey. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
On 3rd down. Shields. Over the middle, complete. That's Lindsey.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
Brandon, it certainly looked like they had that play defended well, but it still almost worked. Got it to the running back. He wound up getting really good yardage out of it, but it was 3rd and long, and they were able to rally and stop him before he could get to the marker.
Here's the Raiders punter now as he's on here to punt it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field.
They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Kayvon Thibodeau in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Back to throw. Edwards. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And he'll get this to the 40, but that's still going to be a few yards short of the first down.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
A give up the middle to Lindsey.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. From the gun on 3rd down. Shields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. The drive stays alive. A third down gain of 8.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Shields. Quick hitter here. It's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And that flag accepted. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Shields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Lindsey. And he is going to have the Raiders' first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Shields firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On the counter, Lindsey. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. Back to throw. Shields. Open man is Miller. He's got it.
And he is going to have the Raiders' first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
On 1st down, Shields.
And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
That was pretty nice to watch as he matched the route with the receiver and stayed right there, stuck to him like glue, almost hip to hip, shoulder to shoulder, helped force the incompletion.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Shields. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Shields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So out come the Bucs now.
Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still, they've got the lead here, and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed 1st down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on 2nd down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Looking to throw. Edwards. His throw incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Edwards now from the gun on 3rd down. He finds his man, complete. That's Grant. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Las Vegas's offense back out there ready to go.
And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not out-and-out joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Now a handoff for Lindsey.
And he'll get this only up to about the 35.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Back to throw. Shields. Throw left side complete. That's Lindsey. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And that's a gutsy call there on 3rd and short because that's a play that's got a good chance of being blown up in the backfield for a big loss of yardage. But nice job out wide to gather in that screen pass, use his blockers well, and pick up the 1st down.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
On 1st and 10, Shields off to Thomas on the left side.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
To throw on 2nd down. Shields. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 24-yard line. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Partner, he sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go, and let's see who's faster.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Shifts by him. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line.
Options galore here. Second and a few inches.
Off play action. Shields.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Looking to throw. Shields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
And the Raiders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Back to throw. Shields.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there.
His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders have moved out in front.
They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taken in at the 3. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Edwards looking to throw on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Clock running, the Bucs try to go quickly and get set. Forced out to his left.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking to throw. Edwards. Looking right sideline, that's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Edwards. And he's got him. Got his man on the end round. Complete. A gain of 8 there on the play. And it'll be 2nd and a couple. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Here's Edwards to throw on second down.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now Edwards throwing on first down.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To throw is Edwards. Looking to throw on second down. And he slides to a halt inside the 10. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
Partner, you know how often we hear about the red zone, right? From the 20-yard line going in, that scoring zone, getting points on the board. A lot of teams call from the 10-yard line in the green zone. That's your money zone. He fumbles the ball inside the money zone. You have one job, take care of the ball. That didn't happen.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And leading 10-7, and they may just want to get this to the locker room.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was our visitors who were able to walk away with the road victory. Laviska Shenault, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. This will be fielded inside the 5. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter.
Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he'll get about 3 up past the 25.
Edwards now to throw on third down. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. Shields. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Shields. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
2nd and 12.
Back to throw. Shields. He'll find Lindsey here. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. On 3rd down, Shields.
And this will be swung out for Lindsey.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So it was a 3-point lead at halftime, and they doubled that with a field goal here.
And I think defensively, you've got to be okay with that because you've kept this game within a touchdown. Your hope is that you've inspired your offense to put a drive together, get in the end zone themselves, and hopefully get you the lead.
Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And it's a fumble, and the Raiders pick it up. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So out come the Raiders.
They take over already inside the red zone thanks to a great return there after the fumble. 1st and 10.
Following the fumble recovery, Shields. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
Looking to throw. Shields.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Touchdown Raiders!
From 4 yards out. And the Raiders use the short field to get in for 6. Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
Matt LaFleur, he tells the offense, stay out there, go for 2. Lindsey going to try and run it in, and he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point conversion differently than if it was 1st and goal from the 2, or I should say 3rd and goal from the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Edwards. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or 2, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second down at 7.
A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that play. Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
Edwards on 3rd down. Flushed out right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
That's another beautiful throw right there. It gets it to his man right in stride, and I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm, they've been sharp, they've been on it, and they pick up another 1st down there.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Eluding the pressure right. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defenses kind of converge in that spot, and they don't give you much territory to throw the ball. He had nowhere to go with it. Ends up getting the ball stripped.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Flush to his right. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
Following the fumble recovery, Shields. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas.
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season.
And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
So from back deep in their own territory all the way into the end zone, you think they expected to score on that one?
I'm not sure they expected to score, but they also showed that they're not averse to taking a little bit of a risk there, right? Taking a chance, because the normal call is take care of the football, run it, be safe. Instead, they put it in the air and took a gamble, and it paid off in a big way. That wasn't an analytics call. That wasn't a fantasy guy's call. That was like a video game call right there.
It was a little bit of a video game call, but it worked. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
From the 6.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
And the Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great play there. 60 yards.
And the Buccaneers get a bit closer.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might wiggle out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. Here's a give to Lindsey. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. They'll go again with Lindsey. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
On first down, Peoples. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards. On second down, they'll run it here. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Up the middle they go. Peoples. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down.
And he'll get this just inside the 30-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get 7 there on the screen. It'll set up a 3rd down.
With all the success they've had throwing the football as a pass rusher, you know you've got to come hard when you see him drop back to throw. So I really like this call to counteract that pass rush with a screen. It turns into positive yardage. A lot of times the offense says, just replace the rusher with the ball, and it turns into a good play.
It's a first down following a gain of 3. Starting to look like this drive, it may be the final nail in the coffin.
Well, this is why you work out so hard, right? This is why you spend all that time in the offseason. This is why you have those OTAs and mini camps. For these situations, these scenarios, to run someone into the ground and secure a victory.
And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Back to the air on second down. Shields.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Back to throw. Shields. And that will be incomplete. Fourth down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. Just too much to handle on the other side in this one.
Here's Edwards on 1st and 10. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Looking to throw. Edwards.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Edwards. And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Now Edwards on 1st down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Kayvon Thibodeau, his 2nd sack of the night.
You can almost see all the defenders rubbing their hands together with glee because we all know they relish the chance to bring down a quarterback of his caliber. Anyone who brings him down has plenty to talk about. Not just a sack, but a big win built off the efforts of this defense. A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. Looking to throw. Edwards. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Late in the game, he's certainly doing everything in his power to buy time for his guys to make a play, but in this case, he's surrounded, and all he has room to do is to get back to the line of scrimmage.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing, and if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10.
Operating from the gun, Edwards. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
On for the field goal now is Evan McPherson.
This a 33-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good, and that will close the gap down to 14. Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Shields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down run.
On first down, Shields. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. Usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
To throw is Edwards. Throwing on first down.
And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Over the middle, complete. It's Marsh.
9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard.
Looking to throw. Edwards. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Edwards. He finds his man. Complete. That's Marsh. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 39. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 39-yard line. Looking to throw. Edwards. Brought in over the middle by Graham.
And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And the ball is knocked out, and the Raiders have recovered.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over, but that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a 2-possession game. It is a 2-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Peoples. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff up the middle. Peoples. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So 3rd and 7 and an extra defensive back on the field here.
Definitely want to play coverage here.
And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to kick it away.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
So now the Bucs down on the scoreboard. 1:35 to go. Now their losing streak in danger of continuing as they come up on 1st down. Edwards throwing to start the drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Marsh. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And that going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Edwards escaping the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Edwards. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Edwards. Throwing on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
The Raiders heading out to take over. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10.
The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. And they will take a knee here. And with a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for Las Vegas, they move back over 500 at 7-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it's going to all but eliminate them from the playoff picture as they fall to 5-8. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.